Good.
All right, so I don't know if this is going to impact anything, but the fire alarm just started going off here. So that's something we're paying attention right now.
One monkey don't stop the show.
Oh, man. So C-Webb is back. We've been missing him for the last 2 hours. We were wondering, where could he have been? Oh, him and Jalen were with the Blue Man Group.
Had a quick show real quick after getting back here.
Jalen's still got the hairline. First half is in the books for St. John's and Auburn. Rick Pitino, Stephen Pearl going head-to-head. St. John's lost their first game, came back against Baylor. Auburn lost their game against Michigan. Got that big win over Oregon, though. Ian Jackson, getting a nice pass right there, finishing 13-8. And then Fahad Pettiford doing what he does, driving the lane, getting the floater. And then a little bit later, Pettiford, one more time. Auburn builds a 7-point lead. But then St. John started getting some fouls on the big men down low for Auburn, and they started finding space inside and outside. Bean Ayo knocking down the triple, and suddenly we're tied at 27. Dylan Mitchell getting the steal on the inbounds play, going all the way for the dunk. At halftime, it was 39-30. Right now, though, it is a 7-point lead for St. John's. Just saw this one here on TNT, Kansas and Tennessee. Rick Barnes, Bill Self, we got like 1,600 wins between them. And Bryson Tiller, don't jump with him because he's going to slam all over you. Tennessee, though, started feeling it. Estrella, who did get hurt later, knocks down the three, the big man. Then Cade Phillips going up and slamming it down. And Nate Amen had a really big first half and then did not hit a field goal in the second half. Wow. Tennessee had a 25-19 lead. Kansas and Trey White came back. We're now tied up at 25. This was the play of the first half, though, C-Webb.
Oh, just look at that.
Why would you jump with them?
Man, why would you? But way to gather your feet together, big fella, and go up strong with 2 feet.
All right, so Tennessee had the lead, and it would swell. Here, big play by Estrella, swells up to 10. It got up to 12, and then an 8-0 Kansas run capped off by Elmarco Jackson. 15 points in the second half. He came in with 17 the entire season. Trey White called for the foul there. He'd be out for the game. I thought there would be a foul on that one. Wasn't called. What a finish, though, by Elmarco. He gets the call. They go on to win this one 81-76. It was a combination of Melvin Council Jr. and Elmarco Jackson getting it done. Those two, I believe, combining for 34. And, Coach, we learned a lot about Kansas. This was a Tennessee team up big. Maybe they could be the cream of the crop in the SEC. Kansas without 3 stars, including Darren Peterson. They just went undefeated in this tournament.
Think about that Kansas locker room right now. Think about Elmarco Jackson and the contribution that he made. Think about what their teammates are thinking about Peterson being out and somebody else that you talked about with stepping up. It's a huge program win for Kansas. I'll give Kansas credit. Before they came to this tournament, they played Duke and at North Carolina. Yeah. Before Tennessee came to the tournament, they didn't play anybody, okay? They had no close games. It was late game execution, bad by Tennessee, and great execution by Kansas down the stretch that got them this W.
Yeah, and then, look, Amen had a huge first half. 0 for 7 in the second half. All of his points and free throws. Something that the young guy will learn from, I'm sure.
He'll learn from it, but you got to give a lot of credit to Kansas and what they were been able to do. And I think I said this in pregame when we did the show. We're going to find out a lot about Kansas, about their depth. And the way that you really get your depth moving is that you got to have some guys fill in and play a role and get minutes. And they had 3 guys that were out. I think they're going to be the biggest winner of this player era tournament coming in March, because when Peterson comes back and they get full strength, you got a lot of guys with more experience that they wouldn't have had normally if Peterson wasn't out and the other 2 guys weren't out.
And I think a lot of players, we can take Amen as kind of a testimony to these players coming in here with these big lights, having expectations, and then trying to go one-on-one. In the first half, Coach, he was in the flow. He got the game. The second half, you saw him start pressing. And you know, as a star, you got to just get the buckets when you can and not worry about my ranking, who I'm playing against, but can I get an easy one for my team?
And at the end of the day, points in the paint is what it's all about. The Tennessee front line dominated the first half. In the second half, Tiller and Badunga, they put this team on their back, and Kansas won the battle of the paint.
The Jayhawks played with a ton of pride, and coming into the game, we focused on EK and Bryson Tiller, and rightfully so, because they were playing so well in this tournament. And without Peterson, who's projected to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft, but this becomes a character win, a program win, Coach.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, Mash. They're going to be a team that, because now all of the guys feel like they've contributed to something very special, now they're going to continue to grow and build. This is going to be a great team.
I mean, if you would have, Melvin Council Jr. 17, now Marco 17. The one thing I will say for Tennessee, it was a very scary play when J.P. Estrella went down, came down on the foot of a Kansas player. He only played 9 minutes tonight. He was 4 for 4 from the field and a 1 point and a 3. But in every other game for Tennessee, he was the big that complemented Amen. I thought Amen kind of had to slide to the 5 a little bit, a little out of position. Maybe that impacted him in the second half. I think Tennessee has a lot to be proud of. I think Kansas, though, this was a huge program win, as you said, Coach.
Yeah, this is a big win for them. It's also a big win for the Big 12. Kansas picked 6th in the Big 12. Tells you how strong the league is. Gillespie, we talked about it for a couple days. He has to do so much for this team to win. 1 for 10 from 3. I just think he was exhausted after that game last night against Houston.
Well, also, when you look at Amen playing and what Kansas really did, they put a small on him. A 6'4" kind of guard that can move with him a little bit. And one thing that he has to learn to play tall when he has small defenders on him. When you're standing 15 feet away from the bucket, you don't need to drop down and drop your head to drive. Just shoot over the top. And once he gets a little bit more experience and understanding matchups, that talent will continue to showcase itself.
But when he have him below the free throw line and he has an opportunity to get in the three-point stance, he just got to back him down, put him in the torture chamber, and turn around and shoot over him. He doesn't even have to think about it. That's something that he's going to eventually get inside of his game.
100%.
I'm very happy to report the fire alarm is off in the arena.
That's all you're worried about.
Because if they would have delayed this game, I would have been upset. I'm so excited for Gonzaga. I'm so excited for Michigan. We saw that the coaches, they had no time to prepare for this last game. It's the same thing with Dusty May. It's going to be the same thing as well with what we got on for Mark Few. Coach, these two guys, what are they telling their teams before this matchup? As Ken Palm said, the best non-conference matchup we've seen ever.
I don't like that, dude.
I think they're representing their programs. I think this is all about Michigan basketball, the new brand of Michigan basketball. Biggest turnaround last year for the Michigan Wolverines. Size, again, matters. I think the front lines, we're looking at the best front lines there, and 2 of the best coaches going head-to-head. I do not give Mark Few the advantage in this one.
Really?
I don't. Dusty May has established himself, and there is no advantage in the coaching backs in this one right here. None.
This feels more than just a regular season game. This feels more than just a random tournament. And I'm not just hyping it up. This is an absolute season-defining game. You will be the favorite going forward. You will have a target on your back. Gonzaga, Michigan, 8 minutes until tip, 8 minutes until we find out who might be the best team in the country. I got C-Web, I got J. Rose. I got 2 Fab Five members that one day will have their banners lifted in Ann Arbor. We have fans that are going nuts from 40s to 4 years old, and they can't wait to see what's going on. Graham, Ike, and Gonzaga are ready to show that they're the best front court in America. Yaxel Landenborg has something to argue about it. It doesn't matter what you're saying. It matters how you play it. And we're going to find out in just a few minutes who is playing as the best here at the Players Hour Tournament.